what might work for you
Yeah.
may not work for me.
Right.
And that is, I think, a huge core belief for us.
Yeah.
With the
Definitely.
podcast is we're not here to say that
you must do this, you must do that. Welcome to Breast Intentions, the podcast where we take off the bra of expectations and dive into honest, empowering conversations. We're your hosts, Nadine and Cynthia, two Canadian girls who swapped snow boots for flip-flops in the Cayman Islands. This is your space to feel seen, supported, and a little less alone. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of champagne and get ready for your weekly handful of truth, wellness, and empowerment. Welcome back to season 2 of Breast Intentions. We are very excited that we made it through the first year with, I want to say 30 or 31 episodes. And now here we are starting season 2. Today we are going to chat a little bit about season 1 and what we're looking forward to in season 2. And then we'll get more in depth with the pillars of pause.
and what we've been through.
And what we've been through in 2025 and leading up now to season 2026, which just started about a month ago. And yeah, what we're looking forward to in the future and going through some things that we have changed or that changed for us in 2025.
Yeah.
And how that's impacting 2026 for us.
Well, and I think when we kind of look back at the podcast or the previous podcasts, we probably, like most businesses, you go in with certain intentions of this is what we're going to do and this is how it's going to run. And then all of a sudden it just kind of goes a little bit sideways in a good way.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot throughout that process. And we also learned what our listeners want as well. Because sometimes what you think people want and what you think people want to hear actually isn't.
Right.
And we learned that throughout the whole year.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think some things are that surprised you or surprised us as far as what the listeners want and what we thought going in?
I think that at least I did, and I think you did as well. I thought we were going to have more people sharing their stories of going through menopause. And I think maybe we just realized that it's not really, there's still a stigma attached to it. And I don't know, I guess maybe some people.
Personal.
Yes.
Very personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have, and I think we will continue to have this in 2026, is have personal medical stories, women's health journeys, women's health stories. Well, we will continue to do that. We did do that. And all of those episodes resonated with the community.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good feedback on that. They weren't specifically this is my menopause journey or this is what I'm going through during menopause stories necessarily, but they were women's health journeys and very personal and private. And we're thankful that those listeners did come on and chat about those things with us. Yeah. So in that way, we did still have the stories.
We still had personal stories.
But it was a little bit different than we had envisioned when we were first getting ready to start the podcast.
And I don't think that we are, I guess, what you would call like a traditional menopause podcast.
Yeah.
Where some people do think that, where we actually don't concentrate on like the core menopause side of things. Like we're not getting people on to say, this is what I think you should use, or this is what I prefer, whatever it is. Like how I explain it to everyone is like, we kind of go on the peripheral.
Right.
And so we're looking at all of the different areas that actually can and will impact menopause and perimenopause for women in midlife. So whether it's like, who have we had on? We've had everyone from like financial wellness to dressing for mid-age to doctors that are coming on and talking about mycotoxins. We even went down the route for guys and we talked about TRT. We have some very interesting people coming up as well.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Yeah.
What I did want to say something though. I lost my train of thought. Yes, and I think from the beginning, like this isn't something that has changed because you and I talked about this from the very beginning too. Is that we don't want to be out here saying you have to do this in menopause. You have to do this when you're going through perimenopause or approaching perimenopause. We wanted it to be clear that we don't have the answers. Everybody's different, but we can give what we're learning and what our guest experts have to say,
Yeah.
what they know and what might help, and, try things for yourself. And everybody will probably have their own journey through menopause.
Well, it is also exactly like when we filmed a year ago, we had said that both you and I are on
Mm-hmm.
we were aiming for the same outcome,
Yeah.
but we were on 2 different paths
That's right.
to get there.
Right.
And I think that that's the exact same,
Yeah.
with where we're at right now.
Right. And in some ways, we have joined each other on the same path,
Yeah.
but in some ways, our paths have completely changed.
Yeah.
So and it always will. Like, this is how it is. It's not like we're both going to be like, okay, we made it to the yellow brick road. We made it to the same path. We're finally on this journey together.
Exactly.
We are on the journey together. We're just not going to be on the same path. I mean, we're different people.
Yeah.
So we probably will never be following exactly the same thing, or I might be doing something a year before you are, or vice versa. And like, it's
And
just
what
different.
might work for you
Yeah.
may not work for me.
Right.
And that is, I think, a huge core belief for us
Yeah.
with the
Definitely.
podcast is we're not here to say that
You must do this. You must do that. And even I think that I've changed I guess the words that I use when I'm talking to a professional, or when we are having guests on the podcast. I try not to say things like, well, what should we be doing? Or should we do this? Because it's not a should, right? It's not you should be doing this, because it's not that one size fits all, right? You can try it, you can give it a shot, but there is no yes, you must do this kind of thing. And I think whenever I see that in social media, or whenever I hear that, I kind of question and go,
Yeah.
I don't know if we all should be doing that. So I've been trying to change my language around that too.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think we've learned a lot over
I do
the
too.
last year. I think also one of the things that we have learned, which we kind of knew going in, but it's become more and more apparent, is that you have to advocate for yourself.
Definitely. That is like the underlining underlining the message that we've had, like, across the board. Everybody has had to advocate for themselves. Has even when the doctors are also advocating for you, there is still a component of it where you do have to educate yourself and advocate for yourself a little bit more.
Well, I was thinking about this yesterday because I was kind of going over what it was that we were going to talk about. And I was hesitant in wanting to say it, but it is actually true. And menopause is just so new,
Yeah.
that doctors also don't always have all of the answers.
Right. Yeah.
And I
true.
think if you get a good doctor, they will also be able to drop an ego and just say,
learn along with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes we go into situations, especially when it comes to a doctor, is we take it as the holy grail.
Yeah.
But there's also an opportunity to ask questions,
Yeah.
to go with your gut instinct
Yeah.
when it comes to that.
I couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I can say from my own experience, I've had lots of great doctors on the island, and just in my lifetime. But I still feel like, there are things that I need to question or advocate for.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's okay.
And question not really even in a bad way.
No.
Like, it's just you just wanna learn more.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is a bit of a red flag when
Yeah.
you do question and you get pushback.
Yeah. I agree.
And sometimes it's also the fact that maybe someone doesn't know. And I'm not really saying, like, it's even a doctor, it's professional
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
right? So, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we
Yeah.
go
We'll
on.
get into that.
Yeah.
But before we do,
Yeah.
what are you most excited for as the podcast and the guest list continues to grow?
The growth of the podcast is what I'm very excited for, and, just evolving it with different people. And I think one of the things that I would like as well is for people to send us messages and give us feedback of different people that they want on.
What kind of topics they could find helpful, or if they know of somebody that would, be beneficial
Yeah,
to have on as a guest, that would be great.
yeah. And obviously we have dreams and goals of, something much bigger
Yeah,
when it comes to this too.
for sure.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, but we've already recorded a few episodes for season 2, and we've had some really great conversations that I think are going to be very, very, very helpful for anybody listens.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. And that's just the start of season 2. So I can only imagine.
But new branding.
Oh, yes, of course.
We don't have the champagne glasses anymore.
We've cut out the champagne.
We have.
No,
Do you know what that is like funny? Were you going to say about the champagne?
know what?
Oh, we went into the podcast being like, "Woo, this is great. We're going to have champagne every episode." And we looked like drunks because every time we would have someone come on, we would offer them champagne, and
most people were like, "No, not right now, or not today."
So we've changed the boobs on the mugs.
Boobs on the mugs and our faces on the logo, which is a big change.
Yeah.
And we decided to do that, I think, because we were thinking that people want to see the faces behind the podcast. And so we wanted to be front and center.
And just like the boobs.
Just like the boobs.
Front and center.
Keep your best intentions exactly where they belong. Front and center.
Well, perfect. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Woohoo. Okay.
Thanks for joining us on Breast Intentions. We hope you felt seen, supported, and maybe had a few laughs along the way. Don't forget to share, subscribe, rate, and review us. Your support keeps the conversation alive. Follow us on social media for more insights, behind-the-scenes fun, and updates on future episodes. Got a topic you want us to dive into? We'd love to hear from you. Remember, life's too short for bad bras, toxic relationships, and kale you don't actually like. So until next time, stay bold and keep your breast intentions exactly where they belong, front and center. Now go crush midlife, or at least today's to-do list. Cheers!